Well, it's been a long way home, but by tomorrow, the freed American hostages will be back in the United States. Former hostages underwent physical and psychological tests at Wiesbaden Air Force Base in West Germany today. The freed Americans were all very upbeat. They even joked today about their captivity.
And I'll never eat pita bread again. Pita bread will never pass these lips.
What's the first thing you want to do when you get home?
Well, despite the relief of seeing their loved ones again, the hostages could not completely forget the terror of Flight 847.
What was the worst moment for you?
Having a gun pointed to my head and the trigger pulled.
The hostages are all in good condition, according to doctors, and even had a chance to go on a shopping spree at the base PX. Jay?
Well, a Newbury Park man, one Thomas Murray, is one of the former hostages coming home tomorrow. Last night, Murray was able to call his family in Newbury Park. Murray told his wife and daughter that he's doing fine, thank you. But today, his daughter Mary Ann told Channel 11's Chris Harris that there will be some adjustments to make, and here's what she meant.
Well, for us, it's just a matter of being there for him. I've heard other hostages from, like, the Iranian crisis, and psychologists on television talk about what, in general terms, what could possibly happen. They expect a couple of weeks of elation, time with the media, and then things will settle down, and a period of depression.
Meantime, in Washington, President Reagan is saying that it is necessary to fight back against terrorism. The president has ordered legal and diplomatic moves as a result of the hijacking. Metro Media's Eric Rabe is standing by right now live at the White House to tell us more about the president's plan. Eric?
Well, Marcia, as you've reported, except for the murdered Robert Steedham, the TWA passengers are all now safe and on their way home. And so today, the Reagan administration is trying to make sure that other Americans will never have to share their ordeal.
The United States has vowed to punish the men responsible for Steedham's murder and the hijacking. The first steps in that direction were announced by the State Department late this afternoon. Measures one official says will close the Beirut airport. Among the moves, a ban on all flights by Lebanon's Middle East Airways into the United States. MEA flies twice a week to New York. Also prohibited will be all cargo flights between the United States and Beirut. The president is considering moving against international airlines that continue service to Beirut. Those carriers would not be allowed to fly to the United States. That would affect Air France, Cyprus Air, and Belgium's Sabena. The United States is urging all our allies to support a boycott of Beirut. A senior State Department official says the moves will put pressure on the community of Lebanon, but even he admits the sanctions would not have prevented the TWA hijacking. Also unclear tonight is the U.S. view of Syria, whose President Assad arranged the hostages' release.
It's clear the United States wants to continue to take a tough line against the terrorists, but the airport sanctions do little to punish the men responsible themselves. Still, many observers here in Washington, Marcia, believe this may be the best the United States can do. There we go. Marcia?
Yes, Eric, a question. In a late report tonight, we heard that Secretary of State Schultz said that they know now who the original hijackers were, and they're considering steps against them. But in all actuality, is there any real legal step the United States can take against these men?
Yeah, I talked to a senior State Department official today about that, Marcia, and they will try the legal maneuvers that are possible. That includes, for example, asking for the extradition of the hijackers to the United States, or asking Lebanon's government, Nabi Berri's the justice minister there, asking that government to punish them, put them on trial, maybe put them in jail. As a practical matter, I don't think there can be a great deal of hope that either of those kinds of moves would have much effect.
All right, thank you very much for staying up for us back there. Thanks a lot.
Eric Rabe reporting live from Washington. On the heels of the hostage release, terrorists struck 3 times in Europe today. A bomb exploded at the British Airways ticket office in Madrid, killing 1 woman and injuring 27 others, including a Southland teenager. Sydney Bridges of Ontario. The building also houses the TWA ticket counter, and a Beirut group that claimed responsibility for the bombing said it was a response to President Reagan's vow to fight back against terrorists. Rome's international airport was also attacked by terrorists. A suitcase exploded on the way to an airliner set to take off for India, injuring about 15 airport employees. The airport was closed for a short time while police searched for suspects and more bombs. And in Athens, Greece, a truck filled with propane tanks exploded outside a suburban hotel. The cars of 3 U.S. military officers were destroyed, but no one was injured. Marcia?